Hello and welcome. Olga is here from mastertheartofchange.com and welcome to this week blog. Today we're talking about how to clear the I don't have enough expertise with limited belief, how to clear this block with EFT and fast EFT. So very often, when I work with my clients and when I talk to people in my Fearless Entrepreneur group, this belief comes up, especially when you start thinking about specializing in something very, very specific, like niching out. It's just like Laura said, well, I don't have enough expertise to be called an expert. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough education or you don't have enough experience. And whatever it is, guys, part of that could be something that you need to work on. But very, very often it's just our mind playing these games to stop us, stepping up and playing bigger. So let's talk about this. So there are a few things that you'll find helpful. Hopefully, you'll find helpful that will help you make this switch or the shift from that mentality. And of course, toward the end, we'll do the tapping sessions altogether to really clear it out. Alrighty, well, get excited. So the first thing that you want to think about is, well, are you in your zone of genius or in your zone of excellence? And this topic came up a few times in my blog because it's such an important point. Like the way that I give you an example of how it plays out in my life is, for most of my life I was a math teacher, right? So for 12 plus years I was teaching mathematics here in high school in Houston, and I did an excellent job with it. I mean, honestly, I was working in one of the best top schools of the United States, and I really love math. This is something that I was passionate about. But honestly, guys, it wasn't my deep desire or life's calling or the meaning of my life. It was just something that I did and I enjoyed it. When I discovered emotional intelligence and tools like tapping EFT and fast EFT, this is why I automatically understood, oh my gosh, I'm so connected to this. I really believe that this is how I can make a difference on this planet. And the minute I step into this zone of genius, everything changed. I started growing so much fast. So probably what took me about 10 years to learn mathematics took me about 2 years to learn in my zone of genius. So my first question for you, are you in the zone of genius or in your zone of excellence? And maybe this is the time to make that shift. There's an amazing book to help you understand it by Gay Hendricks, and it's called The Big Leap. So check it out. It's pretty awesome. My second question for you is, or second item or second key to consider, is your personal transformation, your personal story. And the truth is, if you have experienced a deep personal transformation or a change in your life through the modality that you teach, with it's yoga, meditation, EFT, fast EFT, or something else, then you are a spiritual teacher. You are an expert, right? Because you have had that experience and you can totally live through that. Now, another part of that, like, what is your life looks like now? Day in, day out, do you feel, miserable and kind of like dragging it down most of the day? Or are you really enjoying it? Because that determines of, how much transformation you actually have experienced, right? There's this famous saying that goes somehow like this, that your professional transformation, your professional improvements will never bypass your personal development, right? So you always have to start with a personal development. How do you feel? What does your life look like? How much do you enjoy your life? So, and start with that story, because that story is your, something we call a hero story or entrepreneurial story. It connects with the people that you serve. It'll help people understand what kind of things that are possible, when you work with them. So in my case, very often in interviews and, on my website and such, I talk about the unmedicated birth that I had with my second daughter, which was absolutely painless. And, it was an amazing experience. Another thing that I talk about, how overcome fear of public speaking with using EFT and fast EFT. And finally, quitting my full-time job, the 9 to 5, and creating 2 successful businesses, doing what I love. So those things that, that your successes, they add up to you being an expert. So make sure that you start counting your successes, not the other ones, right? Okay. And number 3 that I wanted to talk to you about is very simple. Get good at something rare and valuable. Get good at something rare and valuable. So find the thing that you love doing and start practicing it like crazy. So in my case, obviously, it was EFT and fast EFT. And the minute I discovered it, I was like, oh my gosh, everybody have to know about this, right? It's an amazing tool to help you improve your life on many levels and clear your emotions. So I was tapping with like everybody that I met. Like there's not a single friend that I have that wasn't tapped on. And most of the parents also were tapped on, and spouses, and even some of the kids. I tapped on somebody in the grocery store. I tapped on somebody in a local gym, in my kids, performance class, on a parent. So I just really started practicing. And then at some point I was like, yes, people are getting changes and I am getting confidence in helping them, in those changes. So I started then saying, okay, I want to work with entrepreneurs. So I started practicing on entrepreneurs. And, at this point, I am kind of trying to get known as an EFT or facility practitioner for entrepreneurs. I can help them with their specific limiting beliefs because I had so much practice with this. So whatever your modality is, just really take some time to master your craft to where you really feel confident in providing changes, because your value, monetary value, will also be connected with this. Like at this point, my skills are to the point where I can make changes about 10 times faster than like a year ago or 2 years ago, right? People can get really quick results. When I work in the group settings, they are, getting really quick results. Like 10 people who tap in with me in a group probably get as much as one person, right? So start learning what kind of things that you need to improve, what kind of courses you need to take. I mean, don't go overboard with this. Just make sure that you have your basic practice behind your belt, and so you can get more confident. Number four is teaching webinars or seminars, or starting talking about this in public, not just like one-on-one, because that is really something that establishes you as an expert. And if you have a fear of public speaking, tap on it. Gotta get out there, sister, and start speaking it truth. Number five, think of yourself as an expert. Start getting into this place to where you say, I am, a leader in this field. I am a leading expert in this field. And just notice, what does it feel? What kind of thing would you do, say, be, or maybe updating your business if you would consider yourself that kind of leader? So in my case right now, you might notice I actually have a different camera, as I was thinking about my business and upgrading some things in it, I was like, I really don't like the quality of my videos. So I got a new camera, which feels amazing. I hope you guys can notice the difference. So as you're doing so, as you're upgrading your business and as you start acting like, an expert, you eventually will kind of leave into this. So I hope these tips will be how you'll find useful for yourself, and where you can start upgrading your life and seeing yourself as somebody who has a lot of expertise. Let's go ahead and do a quick round of tapping, of clearing out any remaining doubts, lack of confidence in anything else. But before we go there, guys, I want to actually tell you that I have a webinar coming up next week, which I'm very, very excited about. And it's basically about how to build unshakable self-confidence using EFT. And the name of the webinar is Free Life Masterclass, How to Release Not Good Enough Syndrome, so you can tap into unshakable personal and professional confidence. Everybody, I think, could use more of that, right? So it's going to happen on Thursday, May the 12th from 9 to 10 Central Standard Time. And there should be a link somewhere below or in this blog post that you can opt in and participate in this completely free. You also will get a recording. So how do you know that this class is actually good for you or something that you want? So if you suffer with comparisitis, which is constantly comparing your beginning with somebody else's middle, that'd be a good place for you. Maybe you feel like you still have a little bit of that, not good enough of an expert, and you should know more, you have more knowledge, and you struggle with choosing the specialty to stick in. Or maybe you catching yourself constantly kind of getting stuck in this cycle of procrastination, doubts, indecisiveness. So, and another thing that you could get from this, how to not take rejections personally and move past perceived failures. So essentially, what we'll do is we'll start going over how to release all of these beliefs, and we'll talk about the 5 myths that you need to stop believing today to build this confidence, so you can do what you love and charge what you worth. So come join us. I think it's gonna be a really fun event, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. Alrighty, let's start tapping. So what I want you to do is to kind of close your eyes and just wiggle your shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. And go ahead and step into an experience, memory, or time when you actually felt like you are a little bit shaky in terms of how much value can you provide. And as you do so, just kind of notice what's coming out for you. Maybe, this not good enoughness or a memory specific thing that somebody told to you. Just kind of notice that. As you do, just start tapping between your eyes and repeat after me. I release and let go that feeling, that emotion, that fear, that I'm less than, that memory when they said something. I thought they were criticizing. I thought they were judging. Now I know that everything that other people say has nothing to do with me and everything to do with them, their beliefs, their perceptions, their understanding of reality. It's safe for me to choose what I believe about myself. It's safe for me to choose how I see those experiences. It's safe for me to clear all the emotional charge in those memories, that moment of time when that happened. And the conclusion that I made was just misunderstanding. It's safe for me to release that. It's safe for me to see it differently, to have a different perspective. It's my time. And I'm giving myself permission to step up, play bigger, be me, and enjoy the process while I'm doing this. It's my time to become an expert, to feel like I'm an expert, to be a leader, to be a teacher, a mentor, because I do have a message. I have experienced wonderful transformation, and it's time for me to acknowledge that. If I need some practice, I'll tap on that or I'll go ahead and practice. But it's okay and it's safe for me to charge what I love doing, to get paid properly, because I'm worthy and deserving of receiving love and abundance. And just finish tapping and grab your wrist. Very good. Just like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Awesome job, guys. Alrighty, that'll be all for today, and I hope to see you guys on the webinar next week. See you later.